So Tank vs. Roach just wrapped up. Let's skip all the bullshit. Tank lost this fight, okay? I had it 7-5. Roach winning in a close decision, but he should have got it. This is just boxing at its finest, you know? They can't give an L to the guy who's bringing in all the money. Also, that knee he took in round 9. Like, let's talk about that. On top of all the illegal shit he was doing prior, never gets a point taken away. He has never gotten a point taken away. Just to compare, look at Mayweather versus Hernandez. When Mayweather hurt his hand, so he took a knee, it was called as a knockdown because he touched the floor. And you could tell Tank was getting very frustrated in this fight. He was even going off on his coach, Coach Calvin, who's like a father to him. He was like, oh, you better listen to me now. And you could just tell with how much he was talking in this fight. Like, they were both going back and forth a lot, but Tank, he was just so mad. He had to have known he was down on the cards, or at least you would think so. I mean, they would show this unofficial scorecard. I don't know whose it was from, but brain dead as f. Every time they showed it, they'd have Tank leading. Like, at no point was Roach ahead in the fight. And I feel for the guy to put on a performance like that, to take all those hard shots. And there were points where I was sure he was going to go down, and he was just perfectly fine. Like, I don't know if something wrong with Tank, he had a broken hand or something, but that power was not as effective as we've seen it in previous fights. There were some points where they would trade in the pocket, and I would worry for him because he is coming from a lighter division. I didn't know how well he'd be able to absorb the punches from a heavy hitter like Tank. And the defensive work by Roach, I mean, them counter right hands they kept catching Tank. He had him on wobbly legs. I had never seen Tank hurt throughout all the times I've watched him, and yeah, it just surprised me considering the guy only has 10 knockouts out of 25 wins. I didn't think he was going to be a hard puncher. You really just got to blame Tank, because this is what happens with inactivity, and I'm not trying to use that as an excuse as to why he had a shitty performance, but ring time is important, and when you're only fighting once a year, like, it's gonna have negative effects. Hopefully Roach gets a second chance. You know, it might not be on his record, but I think a majority of us could agree he won that fight. It's so annoying when this happens in boxing. I feel like this is what turns a lot of boxing fans off. It's ridiculous what judges get away with and face no penalty. Thinking about how much this could have done for Roach and his life, and look, I wouldn't be surprised if Tank hung up the gloves now. I mean, there were talks about him not being motivated enough, didn't have the hunger anymore. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if after tonight he doesn't even fucking want to do a rematch. He might just hang it up and just say, you know what, I wasn't really feeling it going into this one, I might as well retire now. Fuck the 3 fights I promise, which I guess now means no Shakur fight, but I doubt we were gonna get it anyway. And I'm just curious how confident Tank fans are that he would actually beat Shakur now, whereas a week ago everyone was shitting on him for going 9 rounds with an electrician. An update, Tank just revealed at the post-fight press conference he will not be rematching Roach, or at least that won't be his next fight, which I don't know why you wouldn't want it to be. He's gonna get a lot of shit for this. If anything, you would want to immediately rewrite that draw. Apparently his next opponent was gonna be Jake Paul. Jake was at the event, and it's been a couple interviews where both guys had hinted at fighting each other in the future.
When you retire, do you see yourself going the like the Jake Paul route?
I laugh because I don't want to say it, but
Say it, nigga, say it. You helping everybody else out, so say it, nigga.
yeah, I would. I would.
Who would the first celebrity you fight? Jake.
Yeah, I fight him for that money.
Tank said this at the post-fight press conference.
You know, you originally were gonna call somebody out, you said, after the fight, but, you know, since the draw happened, it looks like Lamont Roach rematch is what's on the horizon, but who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
And what's crazy is if that was the case, then he just had no intention of fighting Shakur, Loma, Keyshawn, any of those guys next. Who's gonna fight Jake Paul? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Should Tank retire? Who should he fight next? Should they run it back? I don't have the answers, but hopefully we'll find out soon, and not a year from now. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.